Alright, boys, it is Anoximally MC time, and it's also turn off loud fan time. I won't turn it off. I'll just keep it at the lowest setting. Alright. Hey there, I'm Chris, and welcome back to another Anoximally MC livestream. And we're back in Progressive Minecraft. I think we're going to need to really do a lot. Oh gosh. Loud music. I think we're going to really need to do a lot right now because 1.16 is really seeming like it's pretty close. I think the big problem with that is I still am really not too ready for anything. And I don't know if I will be ready anytime soon. But I just know we gotta hustle. So I think probably the biggest thing that we do need to do is we need to start trying to find Endermen. Because we are going to need their pearls for our eventual journey to the end. I don't really know the best method to go about for finding Endermen. I think flat places are probably the way to go, because then you'll be able to see like a lot around you, and the Endermen won't be able to hide as easily. But we don't really have a great spot for flat places. I don't even really know if it's worth it to even try to get Endermen right now. We might just need to continue our search for diamonds. And we won't even be able to use the ender pearls we get for finding the stronghold until we find a fortress in the nether with a blaze. Man. Somehow already made it back to my abode. That might be, I don't know. The lack of Endermen might be from the difficulty I have the game on. Because I don't know how mob spawn rates are in easy. Let's see, how many diamonds do I have? 7. That's not enough. I have 33 levels. But I don't have any stuff for I don't have any bookshelves. I always get confused about how many floors I have. within view. Because if we could find some cows, then we could... Dang. We could start up a cow farm. You know what? I'm just gonna sleep. WWWW. Oops. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. So going for diamonds might be the best course of action. And since the strip mine hasn't really been doing too great for me, I think I might just find a cave and try and get diamonds from it. For instance, the cave that is beneath my house. Let's see. Oop. That was a spider, I think. Kind of worried me, because it sort of sounds like tss, but it's fine. Okay. Don't remember how deep this goes. Looks like that's as far as it goes, and then it circles back on itself. Or not. It felt like a circle, but it's not seeming like a circle. What? I feel like doing a keep inventory run first is not the best idea, because it's making me develop bad habits just because I know I can have them. Okay, so this is Y29. Don't know why it took me so long to find out where that was on my screen. Okay, Y19. Just shoot at my shield and somehow hit yourselves. Thank you. Was that? I thought I saw diamonds. But I've been here, so that wouldn't make sense. So this is 14, 16. I think 16 is where they start to appear, right? Which means a place like down here should be prime location for them. Yep, I've been here. Wonder if this is if this is in any way connected to my strip mines. Like, I wonder how far I would have to go to get to my strip mine. Actually, that would be an interesting thing to test. Where's the crafting table? It's right here. So the crafting table is at 8679. So I'm just gonna do that. Right, 8679. So it seems to be in that direction. Sort of. 8679. At about the 11 to 14 range. 8679. I think right here would be the best part to do it. 8679. So that makes X go up, which is what we need. And we need Z to go down, which is like that. So I'm just gonna do that. We are going to connect the caves. And we will be able to have a big, giant, connected cave system. So we're halfway to 86. Still quite a way from 79. It's gonna take a lot more going north than it is going east. Might even find some diamonds while we're doing this. I don't know. I don't know if 11 is the spot for them. Minecraft diamonds. Let's see. Diamond ore. 0 to 15. Which means I am just above them. No. That's at 16. So I should be in a pretty good zone for getting them. Though, the strip mine where I actually was looking for diamonds is at a more optimal location. I think it's at like 7, which is halfway between the two. So it was 60 something 79, right? No, it was 80 something 79. Pretty sure. More sure than 60 something 79. So this could be the first evidence of connection. It does appear to be some light up here. And I don't think that lava appears this high. Let's see. This is pretty low. Ooh. It's helpful. So, diamonds could appear here. Where did I just come from? Here? Yeah. So pretty close to 79 right now. 79. I think it's 86. That's why I said 60 something. And we may come out a little before the crafting table, because it was sort of an open area. Whoa. Very interesting. It's a good thing I had a water bucket on me for the first time ever. Oh, there's more of it. So I guess lava appears at level 10. Interesting. Never actually knew that. Right. Yep, there's 8679. Cool. So now we have a connected cave network. Actually, oh no. I'll just mine this out a bit more. Better visibility. Better visibility is cool. Okay. Hear a witch. Ooh. Nice. Don't know why it stopped there for some reason. Well, probably. Oh my. Why? That skeleton hit you. Okay, where's the exit? Need the exit. Don't think this is it. Yeah, this is nothing. So confused. There it is. Past it. In my fear. Makes that a little safer. Alright, so I don't think we're gonna have much luck over there. Does this cave connect to more caves? Or is this the lowest we can get? Is this different? No. This just drops down. Some gold. Pretty useless. Ooh. Chasm. Chasm is good. Unless this is a chasm I've seen already. In which case it might not be as good. Okay, just halt. I'm not seeing diamonds. Be gone. Wonder if there's a way I could bait that creeper into exploding. That works. It accomplishes the goal. Probably should have brought some torches, but it doesn't look that bad on the stream. Is there a way to... I'm on max brightness for me. I think you can tell what it is on dark mode at least. And who's using light mode? Huh. That creeper didn't even go tss, tss. I wonder if that's 'cause it fell and the damage sound from it falling canceled out its activation sound. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. It's through here. I've been here. There's light. Could be lava. It's torches. Just going through same caves I've been in. I don't like it. Let's see. Should we connect this one too? Actually, we're going the wrong way for that. Because we need to go to 8679. Maybe we'll run into diamonds. This time we'll be coming in from the southeast. But more south, because I'm going to the 86 first. What is that? Wonder if that's the crafting table. What would be burning down here? Oh no, meat apparently. But it sounded like wood burning. Which might be an indication of a mine shaft. Which could be intriguing. Might have been further back. Here, maybe? I'm kind of tempted to go into spectator. Just to see. But that would be cheating. Well, I have been encountered something that I've been in. Unfortunately. We need stuff that I haven't been in. Here's the 86. Make our way to 79. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, 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 no. It's all kinds of cool stuff. If we dig through here. Oh. Okay. Well. I just want diamonds, man. Poor pickaxe. Almost gonna have to replace it. Let's go this way. No, not that way. Let's go this way. Since we're in the diamond strip mine, maybe we'll find something. Light made me worried for a second. Lava to the left of me. And there's lava under me. And the lava has been dealt with. And there's somehow spiders to my left. I might want to check that out. Because a mob spawning means a cave. Is this a good cave? Looks unexplored. Lapis. Ooh. Oh my. That arrow would have been the end of Chris as we know him. Yes, kill each other. I guess the skeletons are genderless. Zombies are clearly males. Like old Steves. Just like the villagers are all male. And somehow they're able to procreate. Which doesn't make much sense. In fact, everything seems to be the same gender in this game. A strange combination of the genders that we know that are able to procreate with each other regardless of stuff. All the chickens are somehow able to breed together. All the cows are somehow able to breed together. It's very strange. Let's see. I don't know. It's kind of weird to try to apply science to a game. Especially when you take into account that in this game, throwing eggs at the floor is how chickens are created. And it's not 100% either. I just went in a circle. Probably because there's not much places to go. Let's obsidify. I don't think that's a real word. Let's see, we're still on 11. Let's see. Well, at least I know it's a me problem and not just a modded problem that I have. I'm just unlucky with diamonds. And somehow the people that I play with are the luckiest with diamonds. Speak of the diamonds. Let's see what we got here. Oh no. Okay, it's 2 at least. Oh, 3. Is this it? Man. How depressing. After all that time, I only got enough diamonds to make up for the pickaxe that I've been using. Gosh. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it through progressive Minecraft. I might just do this one, then give up. Just do normal Minecraft for the next one. At this rate, I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish progressive Minecraft before 1.16 comes out. Which is upsetting, because I mean, that's the goal that I set out with. In fact, 1.16 is the entire reason that I started this. Because I was like, hey, I want to play 1.16, so to get ready for it, I'm going to try and get better at Minecraft. But I'm starting to think you can't really get better at Minecraft. It's just a game of luck. It's not like a first-person shooter where eventually you get better at shooting heads. It's like, well, you might get some diamonds, or you might not. I guess that's one of the draws of it. You get a unique world that's just randomly yours. I'm in the hundreds. Almost 200s. No, I am in the 200s. I think one of the biggest things that makes Minecraft fun for me is the multiplayer. Without it, I'm just kind of angry and mad all the time. Hey! This is nice. At least it could potentially be nice. Unless it ends right here. This is... oh gosh. Is there more up? No. Don't even get why the world would have generated this. You know what? This is single player, so it's not hurting anybody. Game mode. Game. Spectator. Sorry. Okay, there is more of it. Survival. I can't close it again. Whatever. Sounds like there's a bunch of spiders. Which makes sense, because there's a spider spawner. These are cave spiders, right? But I don't think they can actually poison me, because it's easy. I don't know if it would be worth it to keep the spawner here to make a grinder. However, it is a possibility. Actually, I think I'll do that. Still need more wood. Go. And with that, we can make slabs. And then slabs would be ideal. Whoa! Since when? It's ridiculous. Gotta say. I wonder if there are any minecarts somewhere in here. Because those usually have pretty good stuff. It's nothing extremely game-changing, but it could help. Torches, those work. Coal, bread, those. Activator rails. More bread, more torches. I don't know if I'm gonna be using rails. It's the only problem with them. Please get this lava out of my way. I must hunt for more objects of interest. Where did you come from? And how are you going to kill me? Man. Is this... No, I don't think I would have managed to make it all the way back. Let's see, this is Sweden. I think so. No. Gosh. Whistling at 1 a.m. in the morning Is it 1 a.m.? It's 1:25. Uh-oh. Thought I saw a notification on my phone about Terraria launching earlier than I thought it was, but no. Just a random thing that said that they were doing stuff today and they had a fun time. Let's see, it comes out at 12 my time. So I don't know how that's gonna work. That was probably loud. Because I fixed my microphone finally. It's not extremely quiet. Let's see, where am I? Diamond? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 from one spot. That is awesome. Wish I had an enchanted pick. Could have, like, gotten a bunch from that. I do think that means that I have enough materials to go full diamond. I might do that. Which means that we've finally had a grinding stream that's actually resulted in something productive. I guess the mob farm is kind of productive. Not really though. Let's see. So 3 for the pickaxe, 2 for the sword. I think that's all I need to set aside. Is 13 enough? Let's see, that would be the chest plate, that would be the helmet. I could get the chest plate and the helmet, along with the sword and the pickaxe. Just when I was saying that we finally did something. Let's see. That means we need 4 for the boots, and then 7 for the pants. So we need 11 more. Or if we cut out making another pickaxe, which I don't think I will, we'll just need 8. Maybe we just go back into the mine. Maybe we'll get lucky. I wouldn't count on it, though. Here in the Anoximally MC world, we don't have good worlds. wonder if I'm just somehow digging past all the diamonds. Like, and here's the thing, I have to be. Because diamonds spawn in every chunk as long as a natural structure such as a stronghold, a cave, chasm, as long as none of those interfere with that chunk, there should be diamonds in it. And a chunk is 16 by 16, or is it 8 by 8? Might even be 10 by 10. Hey Siri, how big is a Minecraft chunk? 16 by 16. Cool. See, didn't pass diamonds. Which, that's 256 blocks per, like, layer. So, since diamonds spawn between 0 and 15, was it 15? I already forgot. It was, yeah, 0 to 15. So that would be 15 times 256. And that's how many blocks you would have to mine up to make absolutely certain that there are no diamonds in that chunk. Gosh. Don't know. I've got to be doing something wrong. Uh-oh. I got a Snapchat notification. It's somebody that looks weird. Okay. I just... Here it is. Okay. We're almost at an hour. So I don't really know if there's much we can do for our diamond quest. Could go longer, but I don't really want to. Kind of planning on getting up sort of early so that I can get a head start on my work before Terraria comes out. And then I'll stream that. And then I'll go do some more work. And then maybe some more Terraria. There is a giant 5-hour gap in time between when Terraria comes back and when the person I did my last Terraria run through with will be available, supposedly. So maybe I could do like a 2-hour stream after Terraria comes out. Go do stuff for 3 hours. And then another stream. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. So all my stuff is. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Whatever. I do know some things, such as that this stream is over. If you have enjoyed it, you can like it down below. You can also subscribe, and you can hit the notification bell, because that's even better than the subscribing, because then it tells you whenever I'm doing live streams like this, or when I upload a new video. Which hasn't been for a while. Kinda just devolved into streams. Which, streams are easier. Just turn on the stuff. But if something goes horribly wrong, can't really cut it out. That is a downside. Whatever. I'll see you guys in the next one. Wow.